Hello, welcome back to ASX Market Watch, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. It's Dave McLaughlin here, checking out the world from a chartist's point of view. That's right, I prefer to think of it, even though these are little lines on a chart, guys, and you know, they're not that exciting by themselves. But when you think about it, we are looking at the entire world and how the world interacts just simply from a chartist's point of view. Looking at these lines, really, they speak volumes to us if we know how to listen to them, and fantastic stuff indeed. In fact, this week, guys, extremely exciting. It's more of a celebration than anything, simply because we have just been nailing it over the last few weeks. And first of all, let's start with China. Obviously, we'll look at the world. We'll look at the Dow Jones, the FTSE, the Shanghai Composite in China, and the All Ords down under of Australia, of course, my home market as well. But guys, Shanghai Composite in China is the one to watch at the moment. Why is that? Because, well, first of all, if China sneezes, then the world gets the influenza. The world is really watching China. I know that's ridiculous, but seriously, the world is really watching China at the moment. If anything happens in China, then people really get spooked. However, over the last few weeks, what did we say? Well, it was, this is just so awesome. We had a crossing of the trend line, which signified a trend change. This is a daily chart, by the way, guys. So each one of these bars is one day. Really ridiculously simple. However, extremely powerful stuff. We had a crossing of the trend line. We called it right here on this beautiful bar right there because it made a higher trough and then it went through the previous peak. That basically, what that says to me is that the move, it was a trend change to the upside, and then the move was supported. It continued to be supported by the buyers in the market. Now, obviously, we had this little panic over here. Did we call a short-term sell signal? No, we did not, because we didn't have the move supported to the other side, if you catch my meaning. So we didn't have the reversal of what we saw at the bottom right here. And now what's the market doing? The market is continuing up in this beautiful short-term uptrend. It is absolutely poetic, guys. Now, as I've been saying as well, guys, and something to just watch out for in the future, we've got this medium-term downtrend here, as you can see on the Shanghai Composite in China. Something to be mindful of. This is around the 3,100 level, guys. So be very mindful of that level as it approaches that level. That'll be the one to watch. In the meantime, happy trending, and it's awesome. What a call! It's just great stuff. I mean, really, it's good to be in the markets. I absolutely love it. And because of that, I will look at the All Ordinaries next. My favorite, or well, not my favorite, but it's the one that I trade. So really, it's the one that I feel the most compassionate about. It's the All Ordinaries down under, guys. Now, I mean, for those of you who have been watching the ASX Market Watch for a while, you guys will already know what I'm going to say here. And apart from the fact that it's not rocket science, it absolutely works, so ridiculously well. It's just awesome. What we've got, obviously, is we were watching for a little zigzag pattern down, but did we get it? Well, we didn't. It didn't close below the previous trough here. So very simply, and then the market has continued to rise. So the trend line's support was around this level at 4,900, and basically the market was supported at that level as if by magic. I mean, even though it's not magic, it's just psychology on the charts. Basically, it's we're looking at behavioral finance, if you want to put it that way. And the way it's represented is in these lines on a chart. But yeah, seriously, that's what we found, that the market actually did find support exactly where we said it would, and now the market has continued upwards. So obviously that uptrend is continuing, guys. So we didn't call a short-term downtrend for that as well, and obviously it never happened. So that's the beauty of it. In fact, if you want to go a few weeks further back, and what we said probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago was that the market would find consolidation in this period around 5,048 to around 4,900. So around this period here. And why is that? Simply because we've got our previous 2-year high right here at 5,048, and that would be resistance in the future, guys. So again, that's not rocket science. It's just it's a level. It's a psychological level around 5,000 as well, which is a round number. So these two things sort of coincide. Plus also Gann's 50% retracement. If you want to get really technical, guys, then that is the 50% retracement level as well for Gann, which is the strongest resistance level. Apart from that, we also have the magical trend lines, which are the most simple and yet most powerful tool you can ever possibly use in the markets, at least according to myself, according to my own rantings. But yeah, seriously, that's where we've found support, and so obviously it works at least some of the time, and that's all you can ask for, is to get an edge in the markets. So guys, that's what I'm expecting, a bit more consolidation on the All Ordinaries. In the meantime, the short-term uptrend continues, which is beautiful stuff. Now, let's check out quickly our other markets as well. The Dow Jones, very, very similar chart. Again, this is a daily chart, guys. We called the latest move way back in December, the 1st of December 2010, and what a move has it been. It's just absolutely beautiful. Apart from that, we had a bit of a spook a couple of weeks ago. I did not call a short-term downtrend, and the market has continued upwards, so happy days there. However, what we'd be looking for it to reverse would be for it to cross below this trend line at 12,000. So 12,000 is the level to watch there at the moment, and then to make a little zigzag pattern down. So really simple stuff to watch out for. Until then, the trend still does remain up, even though we are seeing that little bit of consolidation at the moment. Last but not least is the FTSE. Now, this is the only one that's a little bit different this week, apart from the fact that, if I just quickly look into the future as well, then what we have is we've obviously got our uptrend line. The market has obviously not been able to close below it and make a little zigzag pattern down. If we just enlarge this here, there we go. So obviously, see these long tail bars? This indicates buying support at 5,800 and 5,900. Now these are getting higher, so that is technically a good sign. However, guys, just to be mindful, on the other side, we've got exactly the opposite occurring. So if I can just, yeah, there we go. That's a bit larger there for you as well. See, as you can see, we've got it. It starts high, goes down throughout the day, and then closes high. But then on the other side, like really close, we've got starts low, goes high over the day, and then closes low as well. So that indicates sellers right there, and this indicates buyers right here. So in all honesty, I think there's quite a bit of conflicting information out there. Maybe earnings are different to world economic events or something similar. But the best thing about this is that we can actually flatten our trend line now, and so that is what we've got there. Basically, if the market closes below 5,850, I'd be a little bit worried, and if it closes, that would be below the trend line, obviously, that trend line support. And see how we've got this broadening wedge formation here? If you've looked at any of the ASX market watches over time as well, the broadening wedge tends to end up in price shooting well through below the bottom of the wedge and then shooting well back to the upside as well, followed by a bear market. Now this occurs with a very high probability over history, guys, if this broadening wedge formation does occur, or if it does pan out. So just to keep you on your toes, if the market closes below 5,700, I would be getting very worried. I would be looking for shorting opportunities personally myself, and I would be definitely out of the stocks that I'm in if I was to be a market timer or a short-term market participant. So I hope that makes sense, guys. And again, the reason I said that is because of the broadening wedge. If it does go through the bottom of the broadening wedge, then chances are it actually falls sharply and quickly as well. At least that has what has happened over history with a high probability. So guys, that is the markets from a chartist point of view. That's the world from a chartist point of view, and a beautiful world it is as well. Fantastic things happening at the moment. Obviously, it pays to keep an eye on the trend. If we believe that 3 out of 4 stocks are following the overall market, which I personally believe myself as well, then you can determine which way you might want to be trading as well. Apart from that, I will see you next week, guys, and happy trading until then. Bye for now.